Hey everyone, it's Nathan Orenstein with The No Show, here to talk about Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead is written by Zack Snyder, Shay Hatten, and Joby, directed by Zack Snyder, and stars Dave Bautista, Ella Purnell, Omari Hardwick, Anna de la Reguera, Matthias Schweighofer, Nora Arnezeder, Garret Dillahunt, Notaro, and Raul Castillo. It's available to stream on Netflix. Army of the Dead starts with a zombie getting loose in the Las Vegas area, and it starts infecting everyone in the city. The whole city has to be put into a quarantine zone, but there's a safe underground that has like $200 million cash from one of the casinos or something. A team is assembled to go in and get the money, but of course they have to deal with the zombies along the way. Army of the Dead's a really good time, until it isn't. This is honestly probably the one thing that connects all of Zack Snyder's movies. The man does not know how to edit down his films, and they always just seem to drag on. Army of the Dead is no exception, and the pacing here is easily the worst aspect of the whole movie. That being said, I genuinely really did enjoy the first half of this movie. This is the rare example where Zack Snyder isn't taking things way too seriously, and you can tell he knows how ridiculous the movie is. No, the dialogue's not good, and neither is the acting, but that doesn't really matter because the movie's about a zombie heist in Las Vegas. That's just too good to pass up. The action is awesome, the combination of CGI and practical effects and makeup works really well, and this is also the first time Zack Snyder has served as the cinematographer on a film in his very long career, and I think he does a pretty good job. But everything just grinds to a halt in the second act of this movie. The first act basically serves to set up the situation, explain how the heist is going to go down, and build this team that's going to go into the quarantine zone to get the money. It's fast-paced, the editing is really slick, and the movie just jumps right into it. The problem is that now we have all these characters that we really don't know anything about. I honestly couldn't even tell you a single one of their names. Snyder's solution to this movie is to just stop the movie dead in its tracks, right in the middle of this heist, just to kind of try to build up the characters and establish some relationships. It's too little, too late, it feels completely inessential, and really all it does is halt the movie dead in its tracks. It also kind of introduces some subplots that don't really lead to anything, and the movie decides to get weirdly melodramatic at times too, which just doesn't fit this crazy story. It almost feels like a different person wrote and directed the first and second acts of this movie, which is a real shame because Army of the Dead was looking like it might be one of the better Snyder films. The third act is entertaining enough, but it's not really worth the wait, and I didn't find it very satisfying either. Honestly, this movie could have been chopped down by like 45 minutes from its 2.5 hour runtime, and it would have been all the better for it. I think fans of action movies, zombie movies, and Zack Snyder movies will certainly find something to love here. But I genuinely can't imagine somebody thoroughly loving and being entertained by this thing from start to finish. Unfortunately, Army of the Dead is one of those films that kind of ends up feeling like two different movies, and one of those movies is immensely better than the other. I don't really know how to evaluate a movie like this, so I'll do it this way. I'd give the first half of this movie like a 7 out of 10, and the second half more like a 3 out of 10. I'll split it right down the middle, and I'm going to give Army of the Dead a 5 out of 10. If you enjoyed the review, then feel free to like and subscribe if you're new. And if you've seen Army of the Dead already, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. I've been Nathan Orenstein with The No Show. Thanks for watching.